So here we go. I did one of these before Christmas and did a race today, and I thought, you know what, I'll record another. It's it, lots of people I was amazed by the amount of people that watched this. It was I recorded it on Christmas Eve, so obviously there's a lot of people off work and whatever. But it was 41,000. No, sorry, 41 views. So I've always been keen to give people what they want. I'm sure that that there's great demand for this out there. So there's me in my pink hat, pink top, and I've also got pink socks. You can't see that. Ready to start a race with my fellow D-cats around the Champs-Élysées course. It's a lap with the lead in. It's about 9.9 kilometres. And for those of you that race get the Zwift at all, you'll know what's coming next. Particularly with it being 9.9 kilometres, it's absolutely full on from the gun, and you can't let them go. You've got to make sure you keep on the wheel, otherwise you just end up losing. The race is lost before you've got more than a quarter of a mile down the road. And the look at the state. Kelly there, see Kelly, 7 watts per kilogram. So what's that? But best part of 600 watts. He's piling down the front. I mean, if this happened in real racing, I think people would be looking rather quizzically at you if you sort of tried to put 600 watts in as literally the start flag. Anyway, it's really important you keep on on the wheel, and I've just about managed to do it, because if you lose it, as I say, you just end up running around on your own. It becomes more like cycle tourism. Anyway, oh, here comes see Kelly. He's blown out the back there, but don't worry, Kelly fans, because he will be back. He will be back, but not for a while. So, as I say, one lap here. There's me riding next to George Osborne, the Chancellor of the Exchequer. Didn't notice that. So here we go. Took a look past. I think this is called the Place de la Concorde. It's 40 years since I went to Paris, and I think I went to all the major landmarks, but I think that's the Place de la Concorde. That's a squirrel anyway. I know that. That's definitely a squirrel. That's one of the Zwift mascot squirrels. I need to get to the bottom of what on earth's going on. Why it's a squirrel? I just don't see any link there between it. But anyway, I'm sure I'll work that in the fullness of time. So here we are. I think we're on the main course now, because if we go down here and then we turn left and we drop into the underpass, which is definitely on the main course. So here we go, and I've made the break. I've managed to desperately hang on with these guys. I'm just on M Van Bien's. I think he's Belgian. And he's pushing and here comes Tony Yobo. I used to play for Leeds with Tony, so he's come rattling through. In fact, he's piling it through, and we've got about 10 of us here who are all basically going to contest the remainder of this race. I told you, Kelly fans, he's back. He's back with his GCN kit on. He was not going to let this race go, and it's like he's going to the front again. Man, he just can't be stopped. Look at him, he's there. I don't think he'll last for long, but there. So anyway, so as I say, we're just going to come up to the end here. Once we get to near that big house chateau, I don't know what you'd call that. Anyway, we turn a left here and we just begin to drop into the pass. As I say, I was pretty chuffed that I got into this, because this is quite competitive. As I got into the group, made the selection, as they would say on Eurosport. Anyway, I'm dropping in past the balloon and dropping into the underpass. Now, this is quite interesting, this here. As you can see, I put a bit of effort in here, and I'm actually leading the race there. Maybe I should stop this video now, past the Trotters van. But look at this. I don't ease up, 180 watts there, so that's not bad. That's around my FTP for a D-cat, and I'm out the back. I'm absolutely out the back, and I'm still pedaling. I believe I'll come up to 250 watts here to try and keep on, and that's never great, because this bit here is horrific. You think you've got out of that underpass, and it slows you right down, but this bit here is past these 2 yellow vans, lots of yellow vans on this course. It's so difficult, because it's just a false flat, and if you lose the wheel here, you're absolutely buggered, basically. Anyway, fortunately, managed by putting a couple of 100 watts out, which is too much for me, to be honest with you. I managed to keep on there, and I'm in the group still. As I say, there's going to be about 10 of us now. We've lost Matt Samura, who got picked up on the old sandbagging. That's what that green triangle below above people's head means. It means that basically they're pushing too hard compared to the race that they're in, I think. Something like that, anyway. Here we're coming up past, it's flattened out a bit now, so we can ease off the pedals a little bit, but still 157p. It's not not a walk in the park. And this bit here, where it's where we come to the bit where the finish is in the actual Tour de France itself, on when they do the Paris, the sort of Paris last stage. So here we go, rattling along. This is where Bradley Wiggins and Cavendish did that massive lead out where he won by an absolute country mile. Once we get there around this right hand bend, then it's basically one flip up to the Arc de Triomphe, turn round around that big roundabout, back down the other side, and then under that underpass again. And this is where you'll be finishing. You can just about see in the distance there, and this is hard because it's on this next lap when you're really trying to sprint slightly uphill. That's really difficult there. So coming up to the finish line first time round, and I'm still in the group, so I'm pretty happy. I know it's going to be tough coming up because there's a little climb. I won't call it a climb, it's 2%, but there's a little incline that we need to look at Tony Yeboah off the front. I didn't realise he got off the front there. Look at him. He's flying along there, and under the arch we all go. And how many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of us. I thought I saw 10 of us, and I've been given the purple tractor. I don't know what that does. We'll soon find out because I press my space bar. Not something that normally happens when you're on a bike, but I press that later on because I've no idea what it does. I think it actually denotes a steamroller, but I'm not sure what steamroller has relevance as to a race. I still don't know. I've impressed it. You'll see that in a bit. So here we go, rattling down here, downhill here, so not too bad. Can ease, soft pedal as the pros call it. And oh, hang on, here comes Kelly again. He's depressed. He's on the back, and he's just. I do know what that power up means. It basically means that nobody can draft you. So he's wasted that. Come on, Kelly. For goodness sake, you sat on the back and you've wasted a really good power up there, because that can be really useful when you're coming into the last bit of the race. Anyway, never mind. I'm sure he'll take notice of this when he listens to this video, I'm sure. Anyway, he's gone again. He's gone again. He's gone flying off the front. How was that work? He was doing 2.4 watts per kilo and suddenly went flying off the front. Anyway, so we're now on the incline. This is always the Lutesi sprint, which is they should put that in sort of in quotes sprint, because there's no way you're going to sprint up here. It's blooming horrendous, 3%. So you're tootling along, just desperate to hang in there. And behind, see, this is when you should press your no drafting, Kelly. I'm going to say that I'd be really struggling here, but it was nice to sort of sit on that wheel there, and I'm pushing forward to the front here. What am I doing? 200. So yeah, it's still not a walk in the park, as they say, but yeah. So this is so key. And if you remember from those that, I'm sure that many of you who watched my last video, you'll remember that this is where I lost touch with about 4 or 5 at the front, and I wasn't going to let. I've been doing quite a bit of training since then, so I wasn't going to let that happen. And I say I'm pushing really hard. Heart rate's getting up there towards 170. So I'm 54. My maximum heart rate should be 166. So you can see how hard I'm pushing. I'm 4 over that at the moment. And here we go up to somebody's deployed the aero helmet, which isn't going to help them on a hill. I don't think it is anyway. I'm not quite sure that's the case, but here we go under the Lutesi sprint. But they're all gone for it again. Who's that gone for? Van Bien. You can't keep him down. He's a powerhouse, is Van Bien, and I'm gonna get. Oh, that's right. The burrito. I think it's a burrito. That I don't know. But anyway, I do know that it stops people being able to be able to sort of hang on to your wheel. Anyway, so here we go up to the Arc de Triomphe. I've stayed in touch, and I'll fast forward it a little bit now because the next bit's a little bit dull, and then we'll come back with the end of the race. So I've speeded it up now because there's not a lot happens here. We're around the Tour de France, around the Arc de Triomphe, and down the other side. It's my favourite bit, this actually, because it's downhill, and you can just see the balloon up in the distance there. That's where we're heading to for the grand finale. And you see, there's a good bunch of us again here, 10 of us or so, really good. Good competitive stuff, and we're just rounding the leading now, and we're just heading down to the underpass, and I'll slow it down again now, and we can sort of pick up pick up the racing for real. So who have we got in this group? We've got P. Toulier, Stefan Hagen, B. Parker, the Chancellor, George Osborne's in there. Matt Samura, well, they got fired out the back because they were sandbagging, and there he is. Kelly's there. We knew he'd be there. Anybody that can generate 7 watts per kilogram for 50 milliseconds, he's gonna be in the shake-up in a D race. So here we go. Dropping down the other side, Matt Samura at the front again in yellow, past the trotter van. And up the side, there's a mini here, a little green mini. That's a nice touch. I've got my burrito ready to deploy because I'm thinking if I can get in the top 3 or 4 with about 250 yards to go and it's tight, I've got a chance here. I've got a real chance. I'll deploy the burrito and I'll give it in loads as we head down into the sort of finishing piece there. But we'll see how that pans out, shan't we? We'll see how that pans out. But at the moment, it's all getting a little bit... You can see there's gaps appearing left, right and centre. George Osborne there is weighed down by his red attaché case. The Chancellor, is he going to... Am I going to take George? No, I don't think I am. I don't think I'm going to take George. But there's like... As you can see, I'm 7th here, and there's a real gap. Right at the front, Matt Samura has just got sandbagged. That's what that green triangle means. That's the death knell as far as his race is concerned. Because here he comes, ba-boom. Because Zwift has applied some sort of throttling on his power, and he's out the back. That's the end of him for today. So there's now 5 of us. 5 of us off the front. I'm 5th. I'm desperately trying to get back on past the squirrel there. Desperately trying to get back onto a wheel so I can do something in the sprint, but it's just not happening. Up to 300 watts here. Heart rate now is just ridiculous. I'm 176 beats per minute, which I think continues to go higher, which isn't something that I should be doing at my age, to be honest with you. But anyway, so I'm desperately trying to get on to the Chancellor's wheel. He's deployed his burrito. And at this point I thought, I've got him. I'm going to get him. I'm close to that. But then look at the state of this guy. He comes past there. Oh, well, C. Kelly's done his weekly distance goal. Well done, C. Kelly. But that guy that came past there, M. Van BM, on Zwift Power, he was actually put down as the winner with me in second because some of these guys didn't have heart rate monitors on and various other things were going on, so they got disqualified. But there I am in 7th. Now watch this. I think I've got 6th place sewn up. And no, the pineapple comes through, steamrollers me, flies through, and there we are. We're done. So 181 beats a minute. I finished it, and the results are, and you'll see. There we go. Anderson, 7th out of 35. Really enjoyable race. Absolutely worn out at the end, but I'll be back for more. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and I will keep posting them whether you did it, you didn't, to be honest with you. Yeah, hopefully maybe do something slightly different than this race in the future. Cheers out. Bye-bye.